Sports presents live from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway in Indianapolis, Indiana, the 1987 running of the Indianapolis 500.
Yes, the moment and the words that we have been waiting have arrived. And it's that time. Here to give the traditional command is the chairman of the board of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Mrs. Mary F. Holman.
Gentlemen, start your engine.
The field features 9 former champions, the most ever. At 47, 32 years after coming to this country from Italy, Mario Andretti sits on the pole for the first time in 2 decades. His Lola Chevrolet, clearly the fastest car in the field. Next to Mario, Bobby Rahal puts aside his golf clubs for the day and tries to become the first back-to-back winner here since Al Unser Sr. in 1971. Rick Mears got married last November. That was no upset, but the appearance of his year-old March Chevy on the front row was a qualifying surprise. He tries to become the 8th three-time winner. The only 4-time champion has yet to go out to pasture with his racehorses, but A.J. Foyt's practice crash appears to have dimmed his chances of moving up from the inside of row 2. Katie Guerrero is a favorite of wife watchers in the garage. Today, her husband Roberto starts 5th. One of the favorites to win the race. 53-year-old Dick Simon, driver, owner, teacher of younger drivers, oldest man in the race. He's never made the top 10. Harry Lyondike is beginning to prove he has more than just European style. His position inside row 3 may give him an early shot at the lead. It's been 6 years since Johnny Rutherford has flown as high at the start as he will today. The 3-time champ is in the center of row 3. Outside of him, recent father Michael Andretti tries to keep alive a streak which has produced 3 top 10 finishes in 3 previous Indy appearances. Row 4 features 2 rookies, Ludwig Heimroth and Jeff McPherson, flanking veteran Rich Vogler. In row 5, 3 veterans who've never won, Scott Brayton, Jeff Brabham, and for his 16th try, Gary Bettenhausen. Danny Sullivan has had another busy month. Talk shows, interviews, even a soap opera gig. He'll race in another year-old Penske car inside row 6. Next to Sullivan, rookie Fabrizio Barbazza, one of 9 foreign-born drivers. Outside, 50-year-old Gordon Johncock, out of retirement with his first car since '84. Row 7 finds Irishman Derek Daly on the inside. In the middle, 3-time champ Al Unser Sr. in the 3rd of Roger Penske's 3 entries. And after 2 practice crashes, Tom Sneva on the outside. Al Unser Jr. is continuing the race's most glorious family tradition inside row 8. He hasn't won yet. Rookie Randy Lewis brings a sports car racing background to the big show. And 1986 runner-up Kevin Cogan starts today with a lot of traffic in front of him. Row 9, Mexican glamour boy Jose Le Garza, rookie Stan Fox, the younger Bettenhausen, Tony. Row 10, A.J. Foyt protege rookie Davy Jones, 1985 pole sitter Pancho Carter, Cornell University grad Ed Pym. At the rear, George Snyder, Steve Chassis, and in a substitute car necessitated by the last practice crash, Emerson Fittipaldi. The green flag goes down. The expectation is that Mario Andretti from the pole position will try to go for the lead, and it is indeed Mario Andretti in car number 1. Mears pulls into the formation behind him as they go into turn 1. Andretti, Mears, and in the middle of the front row, Rahal dropped back into a comfortable 3rd place. And now behind them, A.J. Foyt has dropped back just a little bit, and it appears that he is not going to be among the early leaders, and there is an incident already. There is already an incident on the track, and that is the car of Jose Le Garza, number 55, who apparently did not get through turn 1 cleanly. So Garza moves down inside the apron, and we'll see a yellow flag.
He's got something bent on his front end, Jim. He's obviously had some contact. There's George Snyder in the pits. He had a fire just before the start of the race.
Well, we started with 33 cars. At the moment, only 31 of them appear to be satisfactorily operational, and what a difficult moment now this is for the drivers, Sam. They've gotten themselves all geared up and pumped up for the biggest moment of the racing year, the start of this race, and now they must once again relax.
Yep, they're going to have to go through the whole thing again. Let's have a look and see what we can see of Garza's incident. This is in turn 1. We see Garza. Oh, there's more than one car involved. There's Garza on the extreme right being hit by a second car, which might be either one.
That looks like Tony Bettenhausen.
No, it looks like Pancho Carter right there.
Yeah, that's right.
In the orange and white car, and going by.
On the inside is Stan Fox. Stan Fox got by cleanly, but that is right. Jose Le Garza hit the outside wall, and apparently Pancho Carter brushed him going by. There's a look at Carter. Bobby, it looks to me like his car may be...
His right rear is just totally bent. It's going to put him out of the race, or possibly a very long pit stop. Either way, it's going to take his chances away for any win.
So once again, just as was the case last year, the start of the Indianapolis 500 has been abruptly halted by an incident. Last year on the second parade lap, this year on the first lap. The first lap, always the most difficult and troublesome for the 33 cars in the race, and lightning has struck again. Another look, Bobby Unser.
Jim, this is very much like we were all talking about before. Probably had a little bit of dirty air. Somebody got sideways. It's a little hard to tell from our picture which came first as far as the cars going sideways there, but they obviously had some contact. It's going to bend Josele's car, Pancho's car. It's a shame to have something happen this early, but I think all the drivers were aware of it originally. So I think they were trying to be careful in spite of what we saw.
We will be back to sum this up and hopefully start the race again right after this commercial and a word from our local stations.